Reading skills and techniques of reading skills or reading exercise. Large amount of reading material demands our attention every day. Information technology, mass media, and global business contribute to the increase in reading book works. There is a flood of trade journals, house magazines, reports, memorandum, and on all kinds of topics besides the usual newspapers, books, and magazines. People at work seed a technique to cope with the task of reading quickly and understanding comprehensively the important part of the content. Everything need not be read with the same attention and depth. Difficult subject need carefully study reading, but most business papers need routine reading to collect information. Something like a newspaper story or light new magazine need only skimming that is going over it rapidly to see what it is about and whether it needs attention. Techniques of reading. Skill in reading comprehension can be acquired with systematic practice. Techniques for reading faster and more effectively can be learned. Speed reading must be silent. The skill of silent reading is different from the skill of reading aloud. Skill reading can be very rapid because it is not constrained by physical movement of the throat and mouth muscles, which is necessary in reading aloud. While reading, time gets wasted because of some poor reading habits like these: moving the lips, making movement in the throat like reading aloud, compulsory reading each word separately, spelling out long words letters by letters, going back to words you have already read, that is regression. Then, in this part, the important point is of the eye movement. It needs training for fast reading. The eyes does not move smoothly belong the printed line. Eyes cannot see while they are moving. They see only during short pauses of fixation linked by quick and sightless movement. At each fixation pause, the eyes takes in a certain number of characters. A last reader takes in 10 to 16 characters, including blank spaces. A slow reader takes in much less. Eyes also have a small but troublesome backward movement when moving along a line of part. Line fast readers has less regression. Fast reading requires concentration in the first place. For practicing, silent light falling over the shoulder keep out our disturbance or noise of any kind. At the beginning, choose important material to read like the newspaper or light magazine. Once you understand the technique you should use, average reading material like instructions, manuals, and articles of general information. Finally, use study material before beginning to read any material. Take a to take a look at the heading, the subheading, and summary tables of the content, which give the general sense of the content and the train of thought. One should be sure why you are reading the material. Do you intend to follow any instructions given in it, or take a decision or an action based on the information collected from it, or remember it for an examination, summarize it, report it, and what is in it? Make sure that your you keep your mouth shut, you so you do not keep mouthing what you read. Watch the throat. Try not to move any muscle of mouth or throat while reading. Take in familiar words at a glance. This will improve as you become familiar with more words, especially those which occur frequently in your work. Practice will also improve your span and enable you to take in more character at a time. Make a careful effort not to let the eyes regress. This is to go backward every few words instead of moving to forward. Overcome the compulsion of to read every word. Use your knowledge of sentence pattern and information already gathered to foresee the next new words. Every word in a sentence does not need reading. Some words are only part of language are only part of the language pattern. Phrases like that is, for example, can be skipped. Here, the carefully not to hear you are reading in your mind. Skimming is a brief inspection for text for general information. Look the title, author, synopsis, content, page, and date of publication to see it has an relevance to your needs. Also, read the first few lines to see whether you find the style of writing suitable to your to you. The following method is often used for skimming. Run your eyes down the middle of the next page. Skim from the top left hand corner to the bottom right hand corner. Then skim from the top right hand corner to the bottom left hand corner. If you feel the book or article is not what you need, or is not of your interest, you need not to go further with it. Then the part is of the scanning. It is examining the organization of a text to find specific information. The point of scanning a text is to find required information quickly and effectively. Avoid the temptation to read large amount of material. Support your Suppose you have found a book whose title suggests that it might have the information that you are seeing. Then the another point is of the reading, and what should be the speed of the reading. You one can develop the three reading speeds depending on the material and the need of the information or the content. Study a reading speed of 200 to 300 words a minute with 80% to 90% comprehension. Average reading speed of 275 plus or 300 plus to 500 words a minute with a 70% comprehension. Skimming speed may be 500 to 800 words a minute with a 50% of comprehension. We use study reading the complex material which is to be understood and remembered. Average reading for a simple direct language, novels, stories, magazines, and skimming for material with which we are already familiar and only want to find out if there is anything new and should be given attention. After practicing reading for some time, make conscious about effort to skimming some pages or to skip the some pages of books on a subject with which you are already familiar. Uh, okay, thank you. With this, I would like to stop. We will continue the same in the next part. Thank you. Good day.